Hi, this is Susan's Secrets for Small Business Success, and I'm Susan Solovic. I've been out on a book tour recently talking to a lot of people all over the country. And I run into many of those people who are still currently in their existing jobs, but they're just simply burned out and stressed out because as companies have downsized, they've been required to do a lot more with a lot less. And there's something about running their own small business, getting away from all that office politics, that just sounds attractive to them. But you know what? Before you make that big leap into small business ownership, think about this. First of all, you have a job where there's a process, you've got people to count on, to kind of knock around ideas with, and you're going to leave all that behind and be out there all on your own. And then you're not only in charge of creating the product or service, but you're the janitor, the reception, the head salesperson, you're the bookkeeper. You have to do it all. And that's a big adjustment for a lot of people. So let me give you some things to think about before you make that big leap. First of all, don't go cold turkey. Yeah, what I mean by that is if you can continue to work in your current job, but maybe start something on the side, test it and see if you like being on your own and in your own business. That's a great way to get started. There are many successful stories of small companies that have started out on a part-time basis and have flourished into full-time enterprises. That could be your situation, or you could find out that you don't like it at all. Better find out then before you actually leave your real job. You also need to understand your motives. Are you just running away from a bad situation, or are you running towards something? Big difference here. If you're running away from something because you're unhappy or you hate your boss or you haven't had a raise in 3 years, whatever your reasoning may be, well, that's not the best reason to go out and start your own business. If you're running towards something, however, if you've got this sense of commitment and passion and you're dedicated to doing whatever it takes to get your business to succeed, then your chances of succeeding are greatly enhanced. Most small businesses are extremely dedicated and persistent and focused on their small business success. That's their dream versus running away from something. So think about what your real motivation is. Then you also need to test your idea. You may think you have got the greatest idea in the world for a new business, but other people may not think so. So it's a great idea to get a sense of, are there people out there who also think this would make a good business? And are they willing to pay the price that you need to charge in order to make a profit and build a viable business? A lot of companies start off and they haven't tested the market, and they find out down the road that there just aren't enough people who are interested in buying what they're selling at the price they need to sell it for. And guess what? They go out of business. And speaking of going out of business, don't bet the family farm. Starting a business, it's hard to get money to get started, and a lot of people use their personal assets and savings or credit card debt, or they borrow from family and friends. That's normal. But don't risk so much that you could end out on the street if your business doesn't work out. In other words, look at that investment as money that you have to lose, because we know that over half of all small businesses, they're going to fail. So it's a bit of a gamble. Of course, you think your business is going to succeed, but be prudent about those financial investments. And then finally, make sure you have a business plan in mind with a big picture strategy. So many people start businesses and they just start and they don't think about where they want to go down the road. And what happens when they do that? They get on that treadmill and they're just going and going and going and going, and then they're so tired and stressed out, they don't have time to think about the growth steps that they need to take to get their business to the next level. And they become the business themselves. They have created a job for themselves, not a business. But if you think about where you want that business to grow, when you're starting your business, then you can start thinking about the pieces of the puzzle you need to put into place in order to get to that next level. So these are some things to think about before you make that big decision to leave your current job and go out there on your own. Starting and growing a small business is the highest of highs and the lowest of lows, but it's the greatest reward when it succeeds. Just make sure that you have the right mindset and the right pieces in place. Thanks for joining me for another Susan's Secret of Small Business Success. Hope to see you again.